The following presentation is sponsored by the Cleveland Clinic.
Coming up, how the youngest member of the OJs fought to save his voice.
I wanted to cry. I never had to depend on someone else to sing my part.
Where to... Coming up, an OJ's desperate battle to save his dream.
And then that final straw, when Walter had to sing my part.
When Medical Miracles continues. To a singer, the voice is an instrument, but unlike an instrument, when something goes wrong, the voice box can't ordinarily be replaced. For a professional singer, it's the end of a career. Eric Nolan Grant was barely a teenager in 1972 when the OJ's Gold album topped the charts. But he knew every one of their songs. Eric dreamed of one day performing on stage just like the OJs.
Didn't know I was gonna get paid for it, but I knew I was gonna be a singer. I know that we're not together. I'll probably never see you again.
Eric was a songwriter at heart. 20 years ago, he learned how to write hooks and melodies from his friend Gerald Levert, son of OJ's co-founder Eddie Levert.
I met him when he was 15. I used to go over his house every day, and we used to sit in the basement and write songs.
They remained friends and both pursued their musical careers. When Gerald and his father, OJ Eddie Levert, planned to tour together, Gerald asked Eric to sing backup. It was then that Gerald recommended Eric to his father as the replacement for exiting OJ Sammy Strain. Eric remembers the audition.
I just went for it. I had nothing to lose. I was already broke. I was already poor. I mean, I ain't had nothing to lose.
Eddie Levert and Walter Williams tested Eric, on the left, with complicated harmonies and intricate dance routines, and invited him to tour on a trial basis as the third OJ.
This is the hot one. Love You to Tears, 1997. This was a good one. Y'all missed this one. This is good.
Eric's proudest moment came the day Levert and Williams introduced him on stage as the newest member of the OJs. He first appeared with them on the cover of Love You to Tears and helped pen songs for their last CD, which was nominated for a 2001 Grammy for Best R&B Vocal Group.
This is my dream. I just want to live it. Till Eddie and Walter decide they don't want to do it no more. I just want to dream. Sometimes I wake up in the morning with the thoughts of you on my brain.
But Eric's dream was in jeopardy. What appeared to be a lingering sore throat turned into hoarseness. One night at a concert in Baton Rouge, he couldn't reach the high notes. A friend recommended a doctor in Atlanta.
And I told him about my problems. He said, "So where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Cleveland, Ohio." He said, "Why are you coming to me? You have the best," he said, "you have the best physician, the best surgeon in the country in Cleveland." I said, "Well, yeah, where?" He said, "Cleveland Clinic, Dr. Strome."
Okay, and now you're going to breathe in.
Before meeting with Dr. Strome, Eric was evaluated by Dr. Claudio Millstein, who examined Eric's vocal cords with a scope that recorded motion. During the test, Dr. Millstein discovered a small lesion on the vocal fold, which prevented Eric from reaching the upper range of his high notes. Dr. Millstein then consulted with Dr. Marshall Strome.
You know, it doesn't look like much, but for a professional, it's significant.
Yeah.
You can think of what he had like a blister. And his blister had been there for a period of time, so instead of the contents being watery, those contents were far more gelatinous and more difficult to be removed.
Dr. Strome recommended the lesion be removed surgically. Eric had no other option if he wanted to remain with the group. On the other hand, he knew many singing careers have ended with surgery.
That scared me. I couldn't help but to cry because I couldn't believe that God would bring me this far and just take it from me.
All right, turn it on continuous.
Eric opted for surgery.
The finer instrumentation, the better microscopic vision. It's really dramatic what we can see now.
Cutting-edge techniques and the latest, most advanced equipment provide the exactness required for delicate vocal cord surgery. Using both, Dr. Strome isolated the lesion and made an incision to remove the fluid.
And you see exactly where you made your initial incision, and you cut off the excess skin, and then you redrape that so that those two edges fit perfectly together, leaving only one small incision. And as long as there's no trauma after the surgery in the way you use your voice, which is why we use voice rest, those little flaps will stay right there and heal perfectly.
They told me 4 weeks of no talking, period. And then 4 weeks of just talking like this. I couldn't raise my voice or nothing like that. I had to talk like this.
Here we go, breathe in.
After 2 months, Eric went back for another vocal cord exam.
The thing that I remember about Eric is that when he looked at the video and could see the difference, his eyes really did light up. And that's a wonderful thing to see.
The mighty OJ! What they do? They smile.
2 months later, Eric was back on stage.
My falsetto, when I'm with the OJs, my falsetto is just flowing out now. Dr. Millstein told me, he said, it has healed. He said, go ahead and push it.
For Eric, Dr. Strome's surgery has allowed him to continue living his dream.
And I'm with a group that's considered as one of the greatest of all times. One of the greatest. There are people out there right now that could be in my position. And I would feel, golly, he is lucky. Man, I wish that was me. If I was on the outside looking in. I'm living my dream. I'm living it. And I just want to live it till I die.
I was so hurt when she said, my girl, she used to be my girl. She used to be my girl.
Doctors at leading medical institutions like this one are on the forefront of innovative ear, nose, and throat surgery, pushing the frontiers with cutting-edge technology, advanced techniques, and groundbreaking research. But for the thousands of patients who have benefited, all of this means much more than state-of-the-art medicine. It means life, dignity, and dreams.
I'm sure if I hadn't went to Dr. Lanza, I probably would have had cancer pretty good by now, and maybe cancer of the brain. And I could have died from it. So I don't have cancer anymore.
The miracle is you can hear, you can carry on a conversation, to be able to interact with people, with the world around me. The miracle is it gives you freedom.
Thanks to Dr. Strome and Millstein, it's a lot better, I mean, when it goes down in history, I would be in the history books with the OJs. I'm living my dream, I'm living it.
For more information, log on to WKYC.com or call 888-277-3777.